Hi, I'm Matt with Dirt Road Cred, and today on this Distinction Applied installation video, we're going to show you how to install the 2024 style grille on your 2018 to present Jeep Wrangler JL, as well as your 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator. The 2024 style grille is a great way to add a custom touch to your Jeep Wrangler JL or Gladiator. It not only gives you a modern look that was updated in 2024, but also will increase airflow by giving you more holes here in the center slots. Now, what's nice about this grille is we've got it finished in the 41 factory color, but you can also get this done in hydrographic dip patterns or even accented colors. There's a couple different ways you can also accent the front of the grille as well as some other trim rings, but we will have a full FAQ on how to order this grille if you haven't already ordered one. Now, to get this installed, give yourself about 30 minutes of time, and the only tool that you're going to need is a small trim panel removal tool. Let's get started with the install on our 2025 Jeep Wrangler. So the first step to get the new grille installed is obviously to pop your hood open. There are 6 push pins that hold the grille on, as well as if you've got a camera, a couple other little bits. Now what we're gonna do for demonstration purposes is flip the hood all the way up. Of course, be careful if you do that because it can smash into the windshield pretty bad and you don't want to dent your hood up. So to remove the push pins, there are 6 across the top of this. If you're doing it on a standard Wrangler, this one will be exposed. However, on a 392 and some other models, some of this foam does push out a little bit. That's the other thing I did want to mention to you as well. This piece of sealant here that goes around the edge, as well as the rubber strip on the front and the other side of this, will be swapped over onto your new grille. But go ahead and grab a trim removal tool or a flathead screwdriver, get under the base of this, pull it out just about to this edge, and then go under the underside and pop it out. It should look just like that when you go to reinstall it, and there are going to be 6 of these. Very simple to do, but they do align up in only one fashion. There's a little notch here, but pull all 6 of these out, put them in your pocket or set them on the table. You will be reinstalling them. In order to make it a little bit easier for you as well, while this is still on the Jeep with those pins removed, we're going to pull these push pins as well as the front weather strip. So in order to do this, go ahead and you can grab a U-shape like this, as well as 2 flatheads. We'll easily be able to do it, but we're trying not to tear this foam around here. Get this under the foam and the push pin and try and push down, and it'll pop out like so. Come under this one, do the same thing. Might have to just wiggle it a little bit. These can sometimes bite you, but just like that, there's a little bit of tape or glue underneath. That will pull off, and you're gonna put this on the proper side of your new grille. Now, as far as the rubber weather strip that's going across, if you look at this right here, this will have little green or different colors depending on the year clips. We're gonna get under those, and I'll pop it off and show you what it looks like. Okay, don't panic if you've done this. This little green clip will go back into that hole. So these little tabs will go right back in there, but sometimes these can fight you a little bit. I've also done it like this, where I just go all the way across and just pull them like out of it, making sure not to tear it, but make sure that also the holes, these second holes, go towards the engine bay when you reinstall it. But don't worry about it. If they pull out, you can just pop these pretty much right back in. Just make sure you're not tearing the weather strip across when you're doing so. And sometimes I'll do it all the way. Not a big deal. I found that sometimes it doesn't want to pull too nice for you, so. And normally, a pro tip, I'll just lay this out the exact way it kind of came off. So just lay it out like that, and then we'll use the same trim tool and just pop these out. It's supposed to be like a Bob Ross instructional. Just gonna go ahead and grab these little happy clips here. And now with all of the clips removed, the weather stripping removed, as well as the seal over here pulled off, we are ready to pull the grille off. You can kind of see that we can just lean it like this so far, but there are a few clips that run along the bottom base of this, as well as one right in here. You want to be a little bit cautious with this, not like you're going to break anything, but do it nice and even and pull these out. I kind of like to grab this top structure and the bottom piece, and see that? This one, first one popped. Now you just make sure that it's released on the top, and I'll come over to the other side, do the same. Just pull that out. And then inside here, there are a few of these alligator clips all the way in through. Just give it a nice abrupt pull, and I'm going to show you guys something. A couple of them stuck in. See how those are missing? You want to make sure, let's see how they're right there, that those go out of that hole, because the new grille already has them installed. So you want to make sure that you pull those out and put them on your factory grill. So that way they're not in there and you're trying to put one of these into one that already has one stuck into it. So we'll make sure that we go across and pull those out. So there's one right here below the headlight ring, and then as well as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here, and one below the headlight ring over there. Maybe a quick tip for you guys. I have seen some people do this. They'll actually trim some of these off if you have a winch, because it makes it come off easier in the future. So just a quick bit of reference. You don't need to do so if you have nothing there. This will increase the winch capabilities a lot just by adding the 2024. However, if you want to use that, that's an extra step. Now it is time to install your brand new grill. If you had a camera, it would have been the time to swap it over on the table there. But what you're going to do is make sure you don't scuff anything up as you're putting it on. This almost acts as a guide up top when you line up some of these holes. But you can feel it start to go in, and you can look down below too, but you want to push it, give it even force too. And if something doesn't feel like it's going, don't just go crazy, just nice and even all the way across. Once you have it installed like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to reinstall all 6 of the push pins across the top, and then we'll reinstall the weather stripping in the middle and those 2 little seals on the left-hand and right-hand side. This is shown today on a 2-liter turbo, so it might be a little bit different, like I said, on the 392s. Mine has a giant one on here, and maybe the diesels and some other trims, so just be aware that you might have to swap it out a little bit. So here's the center section of the weather stripping. You can see that this second set of holes will flip and go towards the engine bay. We're gonna line this up to where they need to go, and just push them back in all the way across, making sure that the holes are going into the proper hole on the grill, just like so. And then once that's complete there, go ahead and grab this seal here, line up those 2 push pins. And sometimes these will give a little bit of grief when you're pushing them in, just because they have been pulled out once. Just to give them a light tap with the back of a wood mallet, or you can get them in with your fingers. So that one's done. Let's get the other side on. The driver's side is the exact same process over here. Like I said, they do get a little bit bent sometimes when you're pulling them out. You just don't want to break them. And in the worst scenario that you do, they're a pretty universal pin. So these ones aren't going on. We're going to give them a little bit of a tap here just to get them started. The last step of this installation is to grab your hood. Make sure it doesn't drop on your fingers. Give that a nice close. Ensure that the seal looks good. Close both of your hood latches properly, and you are good to go. You've now successfully installed a 2024 and newer style grill on your JL or Gladiator. This thing looks fantastic. All of it is color matched, and it really goes with the theme of our build. However, there are so many different choices that you can do. You can do hydro dipping options. You can accent it in different colors of your factory vehicle, and you can really personalize this and make it your own. But I wanted to thank you guys for watching. If you have any further questions, be sure to reach out by either phone, email, or Instagram. And if you picked up a set of these for your Jeep, thanks for making your Jeep distinct with distinction applied.